grew up in small towns in Illinois. After finishing high school, he landed a scholarship from Eureka College in Eureka, Illinois. Upon graduation, Ron took a job as a sports announcer with radio station WOC in Davenport, Iowa. He soon moved to WHO in Des Moines, where he became the voice of the Chicago Cubs and the White Sox. With a deep love for acting and a bit of good luck, he earned a contract with Warner Brothers Studios. He became a star who appealed to audiences because he was so clearly one of them. He was also a peacetime volunteer Army officer, and with the outbreak of World War II, Ron Regan signed on for active duty and was transferred to a Special Air Force training film unit. 4 years later, Air Force Captain Regan returned to Warner Brothers, under the most challenging period of his life. A dedicated union man, he was 6 times elected president of the Screen Actors Guild of the AFL-CIO, helping to bring equity in salaries and working conditions for actors, technicians, extras, cameramen, almost everyone in the industry. During trying times, Ron Regan single-handedly took on the job of keeping union members in control of their union. His crusade to preserve the freedom of America's working men and women kindled in Mr. Regan a deep interest in government. In 1966, he was elected governor of the state of California. Next to president, the biggest job in the nation. What he inherited was a state of crisis. California was faced with a $194 million deficit and was spending $1 million a day more than it was taking in. The state was on the brink of bankruptcy. Working with teams of volunteers from all sectors, Governor Regan got things back on track. His common sense style and strong creative leadership won him a second term in 1970. Governor Regan was the greatest tax reformer in the state's history. His program included property tax relief, reduction of sales taxes, and tax rebates totaling nearly $3 billion. The San Francisco Chronicle said, "We exaggerate very little when we say that Governor Regan has saved the state from bankruptcy." When Governor Regan left office, the $194 million deficit had been transformed into a $554 million surplus. And while saving the taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars, he improved the quality of life for the people of California. A California labor union president summed up his accomplishments with these words: "Governor Regan has signed AFL-CIO-backed bills for injured and unemployed workers for more than $266 million. No governor, Republican or Democrat, has ever done anything like that." This is a man whose time has come, a man whose accomplishments make him the natural choice for President of the United States.
The time is now to limit federal spending, to insist on a stable monetary reform, and to free ourselves from imported oil. The time is now to resolve that the basis of a firm and principled foreign policy is one that takes the world as it is and seeks to change it by leadership and example, not by harangue, harassment, or wishful thinking. The time is now to say that we shall seek new friendships and expand others and improve others, but we shall not do so by breaking our word or casting aside old friends and allies. The time is now, my fellow Americans, to recapture our destiny, to take it into our own hands. I ask you tonight, all over this land, to volunteer your help in this cause so that we can carry our message throughout the land.
The time is now.
The time is now for Regan. Regan for president.